And we are back.
For more stuff for you to listen to.
Let's fucking take out this Pantheon, boys
hopefully
and girls.
after 120 plus episodes, you're still not sick of our voices.
127, I think, today.
Yeah,
No, this might be 128. Regardless, I'm hoping to have changed up my tactics enough to get to the boss and be able to take him out for you guys.
Yeah, you were. I heard you practicing earlier, and at a certain point you went, "Fuck!
Yeah.
I hate everything. Everything's a lie. It's the worst thing ever. I'm gonna kill myself."
I ran out and I was
Maybe
like,
not.
"Fuck this game! Fuck Team Cherry! Fuck everything!" Just fucking stomped down the hallway.
It's like, huh?
I think I have it now, though.
I'm really glad I'm not fighting Godkin. So remember,
Godkin?
like everyone said, patience is key. We gotta be patient.
I'm absolutely not.
I know a lot of people want us to use a specific crest to fight these
Yeah, they want Defender's
things,
crest for this.
but it's never.
But it only really helps on this guy right here.
And it's never been something that you've.
And I've never used it, so I'm not even like acquainted with how it works.
I don't even.
I think Defender Crest is the one that does the stinky scent around you.
Yeah.
And that's enough to defeat these little ghosts.
And I think.
But if I need that crest, I'm not fucking good enough to defeat it. So I don't want to utilize it.
Well, I think also when people are commenting on that was a bit of an older video. At this point.
Actually, it wasn't. That was today's video.
Was that today's video?
Yeah.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Which is technically 2 days from today.
Oh, yeah, I
come
guess
on,
so.
fucker. Give me some iframes.
But in the episode after that, you seem to get better. But the Lost Kin has never been your favorite fight.
No, it's not. Just because I'm terrible at anything that gives me 2 things to focus on.
Yeah, it really divides your attention. Every time there's been multi-bosses in this game, you've never had a good time.
Don't hit me. Thank you. I haven't. And I swapped to the, what do you call it? Stop it. I've swapped to the quick focus charm.
Oh, nice.
So everyone was, god damn it, fucking right into me too, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Great.
Oh.
I swapped to the quick focus charm. Everybody wants me to use spells more, but I get stuck into shit like that.
Yeah.
It's okay though. I'd rather it be right off the bat than later on in the recording.
All about, I mean, everyone has a different playstyle for every game that you play, so you gotta play to your strengths. And yeah, spells are OP if you've been playing with them since the beginning, but the whole idea behind this game is the fact that they give you the ability to choose what your playstyle is. That's why they have the charms that do different things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they only set you up for, god damn it, they only set you up for so much you can do during certain bosses. They only have so many, like, opening frames.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck.
They don't have a ton of openings, which is why I know why people like using spells, because they do a ton of damage. So you build up soul, do a spell, and then just wail on them.
Yeah. I have to utilize spells a lot more than I currently am, and I'm still training. But everybody's going through like, oh man, we got him to lose the nail arts. Now if we could just get him to use fucking spells.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but some spells really fuck you. They leave you open for a whole lot of
it's a little bit
lot of vulnerability.
True. I mean, you have a bunch of invulnerability frames with that.
You do, but then you're also frozen in space.
Yeah.
For some of your stuff.
So I mean, it's a very much of a learning curve right there.
It is. Well, it's also like, I know where they're going to end up, and essentially, if I use a spell, it knocks them out of that position. So if they're knocked out of that position, I can't like quickly judge what I'm supposed to do.
I think the hardest thing too is, I mean, this is just the nature of the beast. It is so much different listening to a Let's Play than actually doing a Let's Play. Something that we learned very quickly when we were playing.
Give me a fucking free frame. Yeah.
That it's really hard to hold a conversation.
Give it to me, thank you. 1 down. Fuck you, Ghost. It is super fucking hard to try and I try to do the dashy dash. Yeah. Lost Kin just fucks me because there's a whole lot of not enough.
He doesn't give me
time to do stuff.
No, he really doesn't. But I mean, once we get to him, I will go off on a rant so you can kind of focus in on him while we're talking about stuff. Because we got a lot of
worries. It's also a test of like me just being good enough.
Yeah.
To get through this shit. Also, this isn't my normal charm setup, guys. I usually have quick slash. So it's I'm trying your setup of
I
jumped right into it. Where?
Ooh.
Ugh. I'm trying your guys' recommendations for charm setup. And it is vastly different from me having quick slash because now I need to retime everything.
That is a big thing to adjust for sure.
Quick slash, because enemies don't go down as fast as I think they do. So I'm sitting here doing like trying to be like 1, 2, and then trying to get the end off on him.
Right, trying to get your third one in, but you can't.
And it goofs me. A lot of people were kind of like, you should do Sharp Shadow, which is the dash move, but it changes up your length of dashing.
Oh.
So I think most of the bosses are built to be not needed. You don't need to do Sharp Shadow.
Oof. Right. I mean, I imagine the way
having the ability to do Sharp Shadow and throw yourself out of the area, I think eventually, once you go through the ticks, say the enemy attacks as a metronome, every click is an attack, right? If you are not set up in the metronome properly, eventually you will not fucking meet where it hits and it will fuck you.
Well, I imagine when they design the game and when they test the game, they do it without any charms whatsoever.
I'm assuming, yeah.
I'd imagine you can't. You have to with just your base nail length, your base spells.
This fucking guy!
Yeah, I honestly feel the best way for him is just constantly ground pound, like hit the enemies, ground pound, hit the other enemy, ground pound.
Yeah.
Because it just gives you so much vulnerability and then heal right here.
Heal too, because I have quick charm.
Because these guys
whatever
give
it is.
so much soul.
God damn it.
That
I also don't have Mark of Pride, so my nail attack length is fucked up.
And even like right there, it's like bam, just hit him down with the ground pound because it's gonna kill other things too. And it usually, as long as he's not doing a dash in the air, it gives you time to not get hit by his stuff, and you've got so much vulnerability.
Well, it's also too a lot fucking.
I hate it when that happened.
It's also too a lot of people are like, oh, can't you just tell by the audio? And I'm like, dude, I have fucking like my headphones half off.
We have them half off.
Like I can't hear
also
shit.
Trying to hear what the other is saying.
Yeah.
And the audio from the game is less. It just goes to.
It's very low, just to try and keep a conversation going. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Give me an eye.
It's just like we were saying. It's really hard to hold a conversation, and we're not going like, "Oh no, poor us." It's just it's very different. It's very
on. Just fucking die. Thank you.
You got him.
It is 100% that. Well, cause like, I have like 30% audio loudness in my right ear currently,
and then nothing.
And then nothing in my left ear. Yep. And it's not like, oh yeah, no, this isn't ideal. But it's definitely like in a game where you have to listen to audio cues. It's
I found that issue in
very
Overwatch
fucking
a lot
hard.
too. I got tired of listening to the music in Overwatch. Which
I turned it down too.
So I turned all the music off, but I kept the sound effects up because that's all I wanted to hear, and then I would play my own music.
Yeah, I don't play my own music because I'm terrible, and
well, I don't care about being good, so I mean, I'm okay with
well, I do, but I don't. I'm terrible at paying attention to a bunch of things at one time. Yes. Obviously, with the fucking not the false knights. The what do you call the little roly poly butts?
Oh, the aspids?
No, the roly poly dudes that were in that gave me so much trouble.
Oh yeah, I hate those things.
The ones there's like 7 of them you have to fight.
Oh yeah,
and they do the roll across the ground. What are they fucking called? Not false.
They're giant beetles.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
They're little roly poly buds. Don't hit me. Thank you. I haven't practiced Trader Lord in forever.
But honestly, every time we were getting to him before, you were kind of kicking his butt because you can kind of.
I beat him on Radiant.
Yeah, you just kind of like keep.
It's just fuck.
Abusing
that. It's just being familiar with him. When I have so many other things to be familiar with, you know.
Yes.
We have like all these other million fucking games that we have to fucking play. Don't fucking hit me, please. Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't want to heal either. So everyone's gonna be like,
yeah.
No! Shit! Fuck! Piss! Shit!
Some other kind of bowel movement. Like birds, where they go at the same time. Fuck, that's disgusting.
What do you say, man? Do you?
They just like go.
I know you got enough for. I know you got enough for one episode today. This isn't gonna be enough to put us through a Pantheon. Do you want me to? You have to leave pretty soon, right?
I say we just keep on going. Like.
Well, I can't end in the middle.
I know we can get 10 minutes.
It's not enough to get through the thing. Do you want me to just practice?
We can make it a long episode. Make it.
We can try. Yeah.
Make it 15 minutes.
We can try. Maybe if I end up fucking being good and getting through it, then maybe I'll just edit some shit. He's gonna do his laser.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just edit some bosses out or something to try and cut time and save time.
When do you want to pick it back up?
Well, no, I don't mean right now.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, if it doesn't end up being on time, I'll find a spot that's...
Okay.
Wow, I floated again. That was fucking not cool.
But yeah, speaking of stories, we've been getting a lot of comments.
No! Fucking asshole!
About animation, and it's been fun to, like, engage with the commenters, but it's always fun to see, oh man, you forgot to mention so-and-so. Well, there's so much I can't mention everything.
Well,
there's so much animation I can mention. I could go through the whole history of animation if you wanted.
Yeah, well, we're not Animation 101.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well,
give me a second.
It's like,
and we are talking specifically about a specific comment, so nobody's like, oh yeah, it's a veiled fucking
I'm not even,
blah, blah, blah.
I'm not even mad, too. It's just...
No.
No, not at all.
But that's what we're regarding. We're regarding a comment about... what was it even in?
It was on the last episode?
No, down hit!
And, it was basically just, like, it was commenting about my Flash knowledge and whatnot. And he was promoting a show called The Last Man, which I'd heard of the comic before, and I'm pretty sure I know one of the animators that worked on it. His stuff is phenomenal. I followed him on DeviantArt years ago. But yeah.
No, not into him, Chris.
Apparently what he was trying, like,
idiot.
he came off going, oh man, your tastes are terrible. I don't think my tastes are that bad. They're not that great, but I don't think they're that terrible.
Well, you do like Coke instead of Pepsi.
That is
so
true.
I mean, like, I'm not 100% sure.
We don't agree on everything.
Well, yeah, watch the Messenger.
The thing is, I'm always up for more animation, but there's so much out there now, it's just too easy to miss what's good, what's bad. Sure, you have things on Netflix where occasionally you'll find things such as Voltron, or even I even enjoy the Guillermo del Toro series, which apparently some people fucking hate.
Guillermo del Toro had a Netflix series?
Yeah, called Troll Hunter. Apparently it's fucking...
Oh, whoa, I heard about that.
I liked it. Apparently it's fucking garbage.
I've never seen it, though.
There was some.
All I've seen is like the previews for the Troll movie, Box Trolls, and I was like, ew, fuck that. And we was like, you don't like Laika? And I was like, I do like Laika.
Not to throw him under, but I think it was Cosmonaut.
What's his face?
Cosmonaut on YouTube.
Yeah.
I like a lot of his stuff, but there's a couple of things where I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry.
Well, he's got his own opinions.
I can't agree. I just can't agree with you because we go like Rebels is shit. I'm like, oh, it's not shit. Let's give it. It's not as good as Clone Wars, but it's not shit.
Yeah. Well, Cosmonaut's he's a cool. He seems like a cool.
He seems like a
I don't
very
fucking
cool
know.
dude. He seems like a nice guy.
But I respect his opinion for a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
he's usually got it well thought out and reasons why.
Yeah, but he's also very funny about it too.
Yeah,
which helps me out. Somebody was talking about recently about Quentin reviews, and
I think I've seen it.
Quentin reviews is really good. He's low budget reviews. Don't hit me, I'm dead.
You're dead. Yep.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like,
dead.
Well, that's okay. That's it. I don't have the reaction speed to do it. Nope. I'm gonna go show you guys a can though. Down here.
Just gonna kind of prove it right here.
Yeah, I'm going to. I spent all day practicing not all the mini bosses. And just goddamn pure vessel.
And all this other
I'm
stuff.
way outside of practice. Nope, that was not him. Two more. There we
Close.
go.
I
have beat him, guys.
But beat him.
Quentin reviews is pretty good too. I like what he does.
There are good reviewers and there are mediocre reviewers.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was interesting, and I was going to kind of elaborate. When I consider Flash shows specifically, I consider ones that heavily reuse assets for the idea and the purpose behind, hey, this is a show that's going to be on television. We need to create models that we can reuse multiple times. It's stuff that we did at GhostBot when we worked on Sly Cooper as well. You create new in-between frames, which are new frames of animation. Tweens whenever you need them. But for the most part, you're working on a smaller budget, you're working under limited constraints, or you have limited number of animators. So just doing all the animation frames, single frames, is too much to do. And I was watching things like The Last Man, and Ping Pong the Animation,
You were
which is
saying
another one.
You were saying The Last Man is a French thing?
It's from what I understand, it's a French comic and now a French show. I don't know how it was produced. I don't know how many episodes it is, but even watching the first episode as I was, you know, they reuse a couple of assets, but for the most part,
That's fine too. That's an economical.
Yeah, they reuse
way
a
about
couple of
going about
things,
stuff.
but for the most part, they're doing mostly in-betweens. Yes, they are using different things to kind of turn the torsos and different little camera and little tricks you can do in Flash, but for the most part, they're doing a lot more in-between frames, which I think is the best approach. Shows like Motor City did that as well, where they reuse a lot of parts, but they also do a fair amount of in-betweens as well to really flesh it out. Now, I haven't seen all of The Last Man, but when I think of a pure Flash show, I think of things like Foster's and Gumball, and I don't think of the ones who use Flash as a program, but more used as a tool assist where it can do a couple of manipulations. Ping Pong the Animation, yeah, it's done in Flash, but it's pretty much all done using hand-drawn single frames one at a time. Sure, they'll use a camera tweak and a transformation tool and a fisheye effect every now and then, and
I get
to
it.
do multiplications, but
I think a lot of people take the aspect of like, oh, Flash animation back from the Newground days and like, that's juvenile, and it's like, don't ever think that something is juvenile just because a lot of what it is people learning.
Yeah.
That's an important aspect of the tool. What was I gonna say?
Ping Pong the Animation was also a great example of, yes,
I don't know what that is, so I
Flash
can't
can
say on that.
do really great animation. It's all about the people who are using the tool and the context of what they're using the tool within. But animation is also very interesting because something that's always bothered me is people go, oh, the animation's garbage. Well, do you mean the movement's garbage or do you mean the art style's garbage? Because there's a very different thing. The art direction and art style is much different than how it's actually animated. Because a character design is not, I hate to break it to you, it's not animation, it's part of the animation. For instance, the Genie has got great character design, but if he wasn't animated as masterfully as was by Eric Goldberg and voiced by Robin Williams, he wouldn't be very interesting. His animation is great regardless of the art direction because of how well they take that. And a good design, like the Genie and other designs, can add to making animation easier, but it's always been an irk of mine when people say, oh yeah, the animation's garbage. Like, no, you don't like the art style. They're like, oh yeah, I mean that. Like, please be more specific, because as someone that has worked in the field of animation, that animates in his own free time, that spends all of his time doing art, and when I'm not doing art, I'm pretty much doing this, and if I'm not doing this, I'm making art for the channel. So it's kind of the argument talent versus skill. When people call you talented, they mean it as a compliment.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
I think we talked about that before, but to bring it up again,
like, oh, you're talented. It's like, fuck you, I work hard.
Yeah, I worked really hard for this.
I wasn't just given this.
It's a skill. I developed it over the last 27 years.
Yeah.
I know people have good intention and they don't mean it that way, so I take it and I go with it, but I really wish the word was, oh man, you're really skilled, not you're really talented. Because when I hear talent, I think of singers who are born with the ability to sing.
Oh, they have the vocal range that's
innately gifted to them, or athletes who are given
they still have to do a ton of talent and training and shit like that. They still have to
work their asses off to get where they are. Beyonce isn't good because of just her innate gifts.
She wasn't born singing like Beyonce.
Yeah,
trust me.
She worked her ass off.
She put in the goddamn work.
But there's a difference between artists with talent and artists that just naturally work hard. Because everyone, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't put in the effort, you're never going to get far. So any artist that's worth his salt, whether a musician or anything, you
son of a bitch,
have to put in the effort.
Yeah.
The only time I do draw the line is when you find 5-year-olds who paint as well as Rembrandt, and you go, well, that's just talent. They haven't lived long enough to earn this skill. This is just something innately where they understand on a higher fundamental level and can just do stuff that other people can't do.
Yeah, I am 100% with you right there. Where even then, I don't think it's like innate talent. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Thank you, thank God.
And I'm not
Give me one extra fucking free hit.
Mad at those people. It's just
no, but they've gone through their own little. They've gone through their own little fucking. As soon as I saw him deflected, I was like, nope, I'm done. They've gone through their own little trials and tribulations. I'm gonna get one more try in.
I think the biggest key from that is I I hate when people are very broad. I prefer when people are very specific. And that's something we've learned that we have to do, especially when we comment and when we talk on the channel is...
Well, because things can be taken out of context.
Context is key. And unfortunately, the internet does not understand sarcasm. It doesn't give you a tone of voice. It just takes your words and the person who's reading them interprets them however they may interpret them. And it's all... It could be just the time of day. Some time of day, they could be like, I'm in a good mood. They could read that comment, it's like, I'm in a fucking bad mood. Fuck this guy. It's like, oh, wait, he didn't mean that.
Well, I think that's a lot of what happened with James Gunn. He made some shitty comments and stuff like that. But a lot of them were just bad jokes.
They were just terrible jokes.
As it seemed like, you know? I was like, this guy probably doesn't fucking, like, do terrible shit and believe what he's saying. He's just trying to be edgy.
He was just trying to be edgy, and if it was a passing comment, it'd be one thing, but he wrote it down, which unfortunately means...
Yeah, everything lives on the internet.
Everything lives on the internet. It's for preservation.
I'm not saying it was a good idea for him to do that or anything. I'm not defending him, but I'm saying, wow, someone saying a singular thing and it not being how they feel or act shouldn't be the condemning factor for, oh wow, real cheap there, fucking pure vessel.
Yeah. Which is funny.
Shouldn't be the condemning vessel. Shouldn't be the condemning factor. And if they're a good person and should be able to direct a movie, or
be able to get redemption.
Yeah. Well, everyone should be allowed redemption. You know, to an extent, obviously. Let me get fucking specific again.
Hitler doesn't deserve redemption.
Before people get on me like, oh, does everyone deserve redemption?
I'm sure we'll hear something about. Well, what about PewDiePie? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he deserves redemption too.
He deserves redemption
as
well.
Does.
And like we said with him, in his case, we're not really against him. Just...
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? He's gonna jump into me?
Yeah.
Fucking die! Damn it! So many cheap hits where I'm just like in the air and he's like, I'm appearing inside of you. It's like...
Well, let's give it one more shot for this episode. Then after that, we're probably just gonna have to do edits.
Well, we only got one attempted on the Pantheon.
I know.
Well, I mean, minus today's.
Yeah.
Well,
no, we had...
I can't even ask everyone, what do you guys think? Because by the time this comes out, we're going to have to already have recorded at least one more episode.
Yeah. But we're gonna...
Don't hit me, you fucking idiot.
You may be at the point, too, where you're so tired that if you go back tomorrow, you will be able to do it. I found that a lot.
I'm also being very aggressive compared to how I...
And people can be like, you're supposed to be patient!
I feel aggressive because I know I've beat him. So I'm like, well, I can take a second here to get an attack in.
You think it's now that you've beaten him, you're like, nah, I got him, and then you realize, oh no, maybe not.
Yeah, this is gonna be the one. If I can get a fucking second to heal, thank you.
And then
1,
stop.
2. Yep.
And
I got the timing in on him. It's just sometimes you can get lucky if you're real close to him. He'll go for the parry move. He'll be like, oh no, and do like Hornet 2s.
And I understand the
repost.
need. Yeah, it looks like you just have to dash through him when he does that.
You if he sets it up, if he sets it up to be immediately after it, it's kind of hard. You need to be good enough to dodge it.
Whew, I'm glad I'm not fighting him. This shit looks hard.
It's not easy, man. And it gives very minimal time to heal. 1, 2. There we go.
Yep. Have you tried using ground pounds on him?
I have, and I need to utilize it more. But I need the opening essentially to do it. So the opening's usually like right now. Oof. But it leaves me, it leaves me open. The problem is he's other shit.
He doesn't really allow you to kind of get in those extra hits.
Yeah, and a lot of people will be like, "Oh, just use the fireball hit," and it's like, well, that still leaves you vulnerable in a lot of shit. So everybody's like, "Oh, don't use nail arts," and yes, they do leave you more vulnerable than spell hits, but at the same time, you know. Anyway,
we'll get it eventually.
We'll get it. It's frustrating. This isn't the end of it. God damn it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Beep bop boop.
They made that guy hard.
It's funny because I beat him 3 times in a row, not talking, but then Let's Playing makes
completely different.
Impossibly harder.
It's so much different. I mean, tomorrow
even if I'm not talking, it's listening to you and still trying to like
focus in on what's going on.
Yeah, it adds an extra layer of me being like, okay, what am I going to say next? How am I going to respond? How do I feel about that?